Surviving Reality contains explicit content full of snark and sarcasm that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Reality.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly, and Momtok is back for Season 3. This is Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Is Momtok back, though? Can we say that legally?
Less than half of Momtok is back.
So, like, if we're rounding up, Momtok is not back yet.
Fair.
It's just the ones that they left us with, too. Not the A crew, not the B crew. I would say that this is like third string Momtok storylines that we're getting here. They're trying to lift them up, but
they're doing their best with what they've got.
I mean, yeah.
At least to start the season. This is Season 3, Episode 1, The Book of Doubt. We get the roster at the beginning, where you just slowly watch everybody's photo fade to gray because they're currently not filming.
Nope, not doing it.
So obviously, Demi last season had her freak out and she left Momtok and the show.
Right.
Then Whitney,
who fought tooth and nail all last season to get back onto the roster.
She's out. She's not filming because I think she's trying to leverage the fact that she's going to be on Dancing with the Stars, which she's on in real time. But at the point of filming, she's found out she was selected to be on it, along with Jen.
Okay, but then that's just ridiculous because then you're saying, oh, they're going to talk about me being on here. Well, now there's no like cross promotion at all. If people are fans of you now and they want to go watch you on the new season of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, you're not there.
Well, but that's where I think she knows she's got them in a tough spot from a negotiation standpoint. They're letting them renegotiate their contracts every time they film a new season. They need to stop doing that because this keeps happening.
This is dumb.
Where she demanded that she get Oscar tickets and also like a speaking role in some type of show within the Hulu Disney network.
She's trying to branch out. She's trying to get an acting career off the ground here by forcing her way into a Hulu original series of some kind. See, I would put this on Disney and Hulu contract negotiation stuff. They should have just been like, oh, yeah, okay, sure. And then just be careful with the verbiage on it because you don't actually have to deliver anything. You could just say, oh, well, we wrote this script. Here's the pilot. We had this all drafted up specifically with you in mind. And then, oh no, the funding fell through. It didn't work out. So that was the role though. So our obligation is fulfilled. Bye-bye. See you next time.
A little trick in Hollywood.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty standard issue.
Or you let her film a pilot that you know is going to bomb because they film lots of those that never make it to TV.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really like sweeps like they used to do anymore, you know, like that's kind of gone.
They just send it straight to streaming.
They just drop
somewhere.
it somewhere else, and then it's just okay. But like I feel like that could have been averted. Yeah, basically is what I'm getting at.
Well, so she's holding out thinking she's going to get something more because how are you going to put me on another show and say I'm Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, but also I'm not on it anymore because I couldn't agree to a new contract with you.
Couldn't come to terms here with that. The other weird thing is that it's like...
she'll be back.
Well, yeah. I mean, she is desperate to be back. And like the interesting thing that we're seeing here too is that it's the people who have removed themselves from Momtok then band together. And that's the alliance that forms outside of the realm of Momtok.
They're taunting Momtok online.
Oh, they're like poking fun at Momtok and degrading the integrity of the Momtok name and group.
I can't take it seriously that they keep acting like this is some formal organization.
Yeah.
That has like a mission statement and a purpose.
A chairman, a secretary of state, and a treasury department.
I think the biggest blow is that Taylor is not going to be filming for a while.
Oh, no. Yeah, she heard that Jen was on a mental health break, and Taylor was like, we can get those?
Tell me how I sign up.
Sign me up for one of those. I need me some of that.
So she's going on a couple-week retreat to work on her mental health.
Which she described it as like a few months of therapy just jammed into 2 weeks. I don't think that's how therapy works. You can't really speed run it. And if anything, especially if you're going over like serious trauma stuff, like that's just going to be harder. You're going to get knocked out, basically. You're going to get zonked out for that.
Sounds very intense.
Sounds draining.
Yeah.
Like not a retreat.
Well, being here is also draining, filming this show.
Equally, yeah, if not more.
Pick your poison. Jen, still on her mental health break.
Still on her mental health break.
She's still pregnant, and she's figuring out what she and Zach are going to be doing.
I feel like the footage that they dropped in of her, this is like stuff later that they had to just sprinkle in here at the beginning, because if we didn't see these people and people were just like, okay, so I'm left with Macy, Layla, Michaela, Miranda, who's not even in Momtok, and then, oh yeah, Jessi, because I forgot about her.
Let me tell you, Miranda lucked out because she was really not a value add last season.
No.
And she was even questioning, is this worth being on this show?
Because I want to do this.
It's a lot of drama. It doesn't really feel like this has been a positive, life-improving experience. And I bet you she got a nice pay bump just for the fact that they need another body. They need somebody else to come to parties and to film with.
They need something. Yeah, it's bound to happen here.
But of course, where we left off last season was on our major cliffhanger, where Layla had sat down to talk with Marciano about what happened at the villa when they were on Vanderpump Villa. That's the name of it.
Sure.
And I don't remember. This was so long ago now.
It's forever ago.
Vanderpump Rules Villa or something of the sort.
Vanderpump Villa sounds right.
And that's when he revealed that he has been having an ongoing affair with Jessi. And Layla's been sitting on this information.
So she hasn't told anybody in Momtok. And now they have a big event coming up here. And so she's saying, all right, I need to talk to Jessi before bringing this up to the group.
At a work event.
At a work event,
right? It's some type of influencer gathering.
Yes.
For Minky, was that it? It was the blanket thing. Let me tell you, I'm going to go on a rant about that Minky material.
Oh, boy.
Because I worked at a fabric store, my first job. Whenever you cut that stuff, you have to vacuum the entire store.
Goes everywhere.
Not easy to work with. We used to have to tape where we were going to cut just to try to mitigate the amount of fuzz that would fly around.
Doesn't stop it. Yeah, it's inevitable at this point.
So I had trauma that I had to work on, seeing the Minky name back up there.
Didn't like that. So what do we have? Layla's going to meet up with Jessi out in her car before Jessi even comes in to the event. So they're going to try and talk this over before the event, kind of.
There wasn't a better time or place to do this.
This is when the cameras are here.
Oh, that's true.
It's like Plathville. It's the only time we get together and see each other is when we're filming.
We're making a TikTok.
It's just, yeah, this is all part of Momtok.
So she reveals everything that Marciano told her. And I really felt like this was the worst acting job that I have ever seen on reality TV.
I don't believe Jessi.
Me either.
At all.
So Jessi is horrified to find out Marciano's side of the story is that they slept together.
Yeah.
Because she fully denies that that ever happened.
She is always emphasizing the fact that her marriage was in a bad spot. Her and Jason have not been... Was it Jason? Justin? Jordan Belfort and her have been in a rough patch for the last few years, actually. Their marriage has been really, really rough. And so she's framing it in this way to kind of downplay and excuse what she does, because then what she admits to is, yes, there was definitely infidelity then that takes place here. But it's because I was in this low point in my marriage.
Well, she calls it an emotional affair, but then does add that they kissed multiple times.
They be kissing. Yes, there are several kisses that she will attest to. But do you invite someone up into your hotel room to just kiss them a few times as part of this? Like, this seems like it wouldn't really make sense to just stop there at that point from her side of things. Like, that doesn't make sense.
It feels like she's being disingenuous, and you can tell as she's talking to Layla, she's covering her face when Layla tells her what Marciano said. I felt like it was to cover her genuine reaction to it, or overplaying that you're trying to be shocked.
She's drumming it up
because
here.
she knows what she did. And so does Jordan, because he has already been told directly from her about what happened with Marciano, or at least her version of what happened with him.
He came to terms with that, where he was like, oh, okay. Because again, if that's what you're going to tell your husband, hey, there was some infidelity, but not anything too extreme where you're going to divorce me over it.
I didn't cross that boundary.
Yeah, I didn't go completely.
I'm not Taylor.
Yeah.
Not Taylor Frankie Paul.
Not swinging. Yeah, we're not soft swinging here. But it seems like every way that she's talking about it is to make it more palatable for her version of how things went down. It's to make it more acceptable of, yeah, I kissed him a few times because my marriage was in a bad spot and I was seeking external validation. So there's like reasoning for it for every single thing. And then also don't admit to having sex with Marciano, because then Jordan will be very upset with that.
Well, that's what it definitely feels like. But then it's confusing because they decide to call Marciano while they're in the car.
Yeah, this was kind of a half thought out thing, because Layla's calling Marciano and then Jessi is trying to have Layla ask him things or clarify things. And then eventually it's just too complicated. So Jessi's just jumping in on the phone call too.
It was a 3-way call.
And it's like, oh, yeah, I'm here too. And Marciano's like, oh boy, I didn't sign up for all this.
He sounds really defeated because they're asking what happened. And he claims, yes, we had sex. And I know because when I woke up, I had splooged in my shorts.
There was some stainage. Questionable stainage that had taken place.
Which is also like a really strange way to confirm that you think that you had sex.
Yeah, it's not really like a definitive thing.
Also, like, doesn't that maybe counter that certain things were in certain places?
Right.
That they would be had you actually had sex?
I don't think it would be there. I think it would be elsewhere.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I think
if we're looking at it forensically, I think that's what I'm getting at.
Did they drink a lot or something? Because
they had some drinks. And that's the thing
more
too.
Than some.
Well, this is the other.
He has no memory other than waking up.
He kind of blacked out. Well, that's what she was implying, that he's on drugs, he's drinking, so like he doesn't remember stuff, and that's on him. But also, I thought it was interesting the things that she's very quick to confess to and own up to are the things that she was publicly doing with him at the bar too, because they kind of kissed at the bar. They were making out in public, and that was what the original rumor was that came up. So it's like, you can't combat that at all. So of course she had to own up to that in the Lisa Barlow way. You were caught red-handed.
Yes, gonna say channeling Lisa.
Very much so.
He's also very quick to just go along with what she says, but not in a believable way, right? She is denying that they had sex, and he's like, sure, okay. If that's what you want, if that's what you're saying, then sure, fine, that's what happened. So at this point, it does very much feel like perhaps Jessi is fibbing and that there's a lot more to the story. But also Marciano doesn't feel like a reliable narrator.
No. Yeah. Like, he doesn't seem to remember the night at all. So then for him to be definitively saying what happened, I'm not buying that entirely either. But Jessi's definitely lying in some capacity here. So she's very upset. She's distraught now after this conversation. She's not even going to go into the event.
She can't go win her Minky basket.
She's not going to win a designer handbag
kind of
drawing.
Going on.
The raffle that, who was that? Was that
Macy won the raffle. And
Macy was obsessed with getting that handbag. She was all about the designer handbag awards. So Jessi's just going to dip. She's going to bail. She calls Jordan on her way home, though. And Jordan's like, are the cameras with you? Because I want to talk about this on camera. If you're bringing the cameras home to talk about this, we're not doing the show anymore. So he's very upset that this is all coming out publicly. And now you have to navigate this difficult emotional turmoil that you have within your marriage publicly as part of this show.
I'm not sure what to think about Jordan because I feel bad in that he was very clearly cheated on to some extent.
Yeah.
But also the way he's reacting to it, he keeps focusing on how he was emasculated and how embarrassing that is for him to have this be known publicly because it's a blow to his ego.
Well, it's like it's insulting because Jessi makes the money and then that's emasculating. And then she cheats on him like a man would cheat on a wife. And then he just sort of has to deal with it. So that's like emasculating
it's
too.
The toxic masculinity being turned on him.
She's the provider. And so she gets to sleep with whoever she wants.
It's very off-putting.
His eyes are really close together too.
They are.
I can't get over it.
Very close together.
It's like somebody just smushed them together a little too hard, a little too much. It's the opposite of fetal alcohol syndrome, right? Because that's when they go a little bit further away.
I'm not 100% sure.
Like,
I don't want to spit out
bringing it in
medical facts here.
All right.
It's just an odd reaction because it's not like, I can't believe that my family's going to be broken up over this potentially, that
how am I going to tell
wife,
the kids? Like, how are we explain that? Yeah, like there's a lot of other things to consider than your own masculinity, which like, why is that the basis of, she was seeking a better lay somewhere else? Like, because you weren't able to provide that? Why weren't you able to provide that? Maybe it's because you were constantly fighting. Your marriage is in turmoil. So like, is that the other thing? I think he's embarrassed.
Or aside from that, like, is she looking for emotional connection somewhere else? And I don't even know if I want to go there because then it feels very blame the victim.
Right, yeah.
In the situation, which happens to women all the time in the inverse of this. But there wasn't a lot of maybe self-reflection.
Yeah, like what is it that got us here?
It was very focused on me and how I feel right now.
But also disconnected in a way too, because that shouldn't have anything to do with your masculinity. Your masculinity is not defined by things that your wife does. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a profound thought for some people.
I'm just saying. So like, that's the weird part of here. And like the toxicity that's on display as far as the mentality of what's going into this, because there are lots of other concerns that you could probably put in front of, oh no, people are going to think I'm no good as a man. Like, that doesn't really jump to the top of the list in this set of circumstances.
What I do think is fair is that he's starting to question her version of events.
Well, because
he hears what Marciano had to say.
Yeah.
Because she comes home and is basically like, can you believe that we called him and this is what he's saying? He claims that we had sex, which is not her version of the story. And now Jordan's starting to think, maybe she wasn't as upfront with me as she originally claimed.
This was a half-truth to cover up a bigger lie here overall, is the suspicion now that's rising, which
is unfortunately
something
that happens with a lot of cheaters.
That's tracking. Yeah, like that makes sense.
Didn't we see Dakota do that last season?
I think so. Yeah, a couple of different stories that get crafted here along the way that kind of...
We admit to like 40% of what happened.
Some of it. Yeah, not everything, but just the stuff that I know wouldn't be a hard line end of the relationship sort of response.
So it's weird that he's so focused on being emasculated, but also it's strange that Jessi's first thought is, how is Momtok going to take this? Because they're going to be upset that I'm rocking them with yet another scandal.
I thought it was weird when she was saying, oh, I don't know how the girls are going to react to this. I thought she meant like her kids. I was like, oh yeah, how is she going to tell the girls? And it was like, oh no, she means Momtok. So like, yeah, you don't give a shit how your family's going to react to this. That doesn't matter at all. It's just, how is this going to impact my TikTok group?
Why is it even their business? I guess aside from the fact that it happened with someone that they mutually filmed another show with, so they were there when she met Marciano, and the fact that she had an affair while her friends didn't know it was happening.
I mean,
I'm trying to connect the dots.
Yeah, I think it's for her. She's looking at this as, oh no, this is swinger scandal 2.0. But it's like
nowhere near that, girl.
It's not that. It's definitely not that. So if you think it's that, rest easy. You don't have to worry about that.
You know, I also feel like because they chose to keep this as a cliffhanger and wait to reveal what happened until season 3, that it kind of lost momentum, right? Everybody was really interested at the end of last season to find out what happened with Marciano, to watch the episode of Vanderpump Villa, and then they just ended the season and didn't tell us when we were going to find out more. So any of the steam that was building behind this to actually make it a large scandal feels like it just kind of fizzled out.
I've lost interest. Yeah.
We had a lot of time to contemplate what happened here.
Yeah.
And whether we care.
Well, and then now too, it's still like, I don't know. I don't know who's actually telling the truth and what did take place.
Well, we have to wait because it's Layla's birthday party. What is she, like 19 now?
24.
It's so hard to keep track.
She's 24, right? 24?
She is the littlest baby in this group.
Her brain's the size of a pea.
She's carrying the season storyline on her back, too.
Oh
That's
my
scary.
God, yeah, it's a lot of responsibility. So right out the gate.
She's trying to enjoy herself.
This is terrifying.
And she's trying to get the hookup here. She is inviting Miranda's ex, Chase, to her birthday party. But she's not going to tell anyone because everybody hates Chase.
The thing that she tried to kind of mention this as a side note here is that Chase has a hot brother.
Yes.
Who...
And she used to hook up with Chase at some point as well. She mentioned that.
Okay.
So that's kind of weird, right? Because Miranda's going to be at her party. This is her ex-husband. But also, it's not an issue because Miranda and Chase don't have problems being in the same room. It's just Chase and all the rest of Momtok.
Yeah, because he keeps going on podcasts and then talking shit about Momtok. And then that is pretty much his basis of income right now. He's just getting clout from shitting on Momtok, and they're upset about that. Even though they keep showing clips of his podcast and then talking about his podcast, it's almost like it's a cross promotion as far as what's going on here. So you can't miss it. If you want to go find out more, go listen to the episode.
Shouldn't it be good that somebody's talking about them? Even if it's stuff like that.
It should be.
Like, because it's keeping them in headlines. If he says something that then gets picked up as a rumor, that's still good for them. It's keeping you relevant.
In some ways,
also,
I suppose.
Who cares who he is? Did you even remember him? If they did not invite him to this birthday party, would you have remembered him from last season?
Well, yeah, from last season, because he had the whole thing with Demi at the Halloween party.
But if he disappeared, would you care what happened to Chase?
I wouldn't even know that he had a podcast.
Exactly.
You brought it up. You brought up the podcast, you guys.
So she's scheming to have that happen. And then Jordan decides that he needs to meet up with Dakota. Because if there's anyone who kind of gets what he's going through, it's got to be Dakota.
No, if there's anybody who knows cheating, it's Dakota.
There you go.
So, like, I need to talk to you about something very important.
Can I get your professional opinion on whether or not my wife actually cheated on me?
Yeah, let me run this story by you, and then let me know if any of these things, if this was stuff that you would have changed details on, telling Taylor if you'd been on that side of it.
I gotta tell you, I lost interest in most of this conversation because a lot of what Dakota had to say was advice on just pray it away and ignore what everyone has to say. That's how you get through tough things like this.
Block everything else out and then just focus on whatever your own delusions are. Just zero in on that. He's basically writing him a prescription for psychosis here. He's like, whatever you think, just lean into that. Stay with that. Really focus on that. And then read your Bible, pray every day, basically.
That doesn't seem like realistic advice for people who are terminally online. like all of the people on this show.
You're going to get a lot of external commentary, especially now that the storyline has come to you. Like, the cameras are here for all of this stuff that you were trying to deal with behind the scenes, and now you're going to have to talk about it on camera all the time for the rest of the season.
He doesn't seem like a guy who's going to be able to handle the pressure.
No, and he looks like he's ready to crash out here just from this conversation with Dakota on camera in the backyard. There's not really anything else going on that's too stressful, and this seems like it's already overloading him.
So he has confided in someone, and then Jessi decides that she's got to tell some of Momtok. She's going to break the ice and see how the first few react to the news. So she sits down with Michaela and Macy and tells them what's been going on, what's her version of the truth about Marciano. And I have to say, I thought that they were genuinely shocked.
They seemed surprised, and then they were supportive to Jessi's face, and then questioning pretty quickly after leaving of like, well, thinking through it a little bit more now that it's just us talking about this. I don't know what to believe just yet. We got to get to the bottom of this, though. They're going to have to start investigating a little bit more on their own.
It's kind of surprising. I guess this is the difference between the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives cast and the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City cast. Because if someone on that show had something like this go on, there would definitely be at least one housewife who would know the skeletons in their closet and would tell the rest of the group.
Well, would like try to kind of strike you down with it right in the moment, who would not be supportive and be like, well, yeah, that tracks for the type of person,
weaponize it against them.
Type of person that you are. It's bound to happen. So it's like, that didn't happen. But I mean, she did choose a select few. It's the two of the pregnant ladies here in Momtok, because Jen is still on her mental health break there. So I think she was going for the two most supportive people that she could find who could agree with her on things, which they kind of did, but then immediately started questioning things.
She's also already trying to get ahead of the narrative that she is pretty sure Marciano is going to be out there spreading. And that's what she's telling them. Look, I'm worried that he's going to lie and tell everybody what happened, because right now he's only told her and Layla his version of things.
Layla's the other part of that. I think she's trying to get in front of what Layla is going to be repeating, because Layla talked with Marciano. So Layla's going to say, he told me this. And then now Jessi has a different narrative that she is defending and standing up and saying. So it's going to be tough, because she already knows this is an uphill battle now. I don't even know why he would say these things. And then it's like, okay, but then why would he say that if it didn't happen? What does he have to gain by lying about that?
Yeah, I don't understand what's advantageous for him out of this to say you slept together versus you were sexting and you're having an emotional affair and you met up multiple times and you kissed. Like, that all sounds bad enough. Why does he then have to say that you slept together?
If you didn't.
Right.
Yeah. Like, that doesn't make sense of why he would come up with that as sort of this alternative narrative that has arisen here.
Well, let's check in with Jen. We find out what's been happening with Jen Affleck, aside from filming a Dunkin' Donuts commercial with the cousin, Ben Affleck.
Not with, it was just, they were in the same commercial. I don't think they were.
I don't think they weren't on set together.
No, I don't think so.
She is still with Zach. They're working things out. They're still living in Arizona, but they're contemplating moving back to Utah because she's getting closer to having the baby. She's thinking maybe she wants to have the baby in Utah.
They are moving back, right?
Oh, they decided that already in this episode?
Well, she was saying like they were on their way. They were kind of like on their way back because she wanted to be closer to her midwife again. I think that was the main reason. As she's getting closer to the delivery date, they want to head back. And then she was basically saying, but if things don't go according to plan, then
we might head back again.
She might. she'll just leave.
Okay.
Like she'll.
You can stay there, Zach.
Yeah. That would be the answer here.
And she talks about prenatal depression, which I think maybe deserved more time. So I hope that they revisit it later on and maybe talk to Momtok about it. Since, Momtok is here doing valuable things for the online community.
Allegedly.
that maybe they can talk about something that affects women in pregnancy that isn't often talked about compared to postpartum depression.
Well, also, I think Jen has a very specific set of circumstances that she found herself in where this pregnancy was not planned. She was at a very low point in her relationship as well, kind of struggling with her identity and all sorts of mental health issues that she was facing.
Becoming famous from being on a TV show.
Kind of. And then like realizing her own levels of delusion, thinking she was related to Ben Affleck, like these types of things.
There were a lot of realizations at once.
A lot of comorbidities flying around in there. Okay. And so for her to then realize that, because I'm saying that because like for where Michaela and Macy are in their prenatal journey right now, a little bit different, I guess, right? But it was a completely different path on how they got to this point as well. And then they also have kind of like a support amongst each other.
I think that's the point though, right? Because there are lots of women who can empathize with getting pregnant maybe at a point in their life where it's not the happiest moment for them. And that's not something that's often talked about.
Yeah.
But they got to go to Sonic. This annoyed me. Zach has been slowly making me change my opinion of him until he had to tell the person in the drive-thru that Jen is pregnant and she has cravings just because she wanted some ranch packets.
Have you ever been to a Sonic? It's not a drive-thru. It's like a drive-up where like you...
It looked like he was in front of like the ordering sign.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I couldn't see out the window.
Even
worse, if he's face to face with someone and has to say, my wife over here.
No, it's like a speaker box thing. But I'm just saying, I think you like pull up to a spot and then
they bring the food out to the car.
Yeah. So that's the difference there.
I don't know if
this brand deal didn't come through because they had to blur the Sonic sign. But it's like, I think I know where we are.
Real Housewives ended up with Wendy's and they were gunning for Sonic.
They were trying to land the deal, but they couldn't get it in time. So they just blurred it out.
If I ask for 5 ranch packets, I expect no judgment.
Well, here's the thing.
And I don't need an excuse.
You don't need an excuse to order ranch. So I don't know why he felt the need to tell everyone at Sonic that, oh, my wife is pregnant, so the cravings are hitting. That's not necessary information for this order, sir. There's not a spot for that.
Don't fast food shame people.
Yeah, come on.
All right, let's head to Layla's birthday party. No one cares. I don't think they ever would have normally filmed this. How many parties does this woman have? We had her divorce party.
Oh, she likes to party.
We had that party to teach her how to have an orgasm.
Okay, yeah.
And now we're having her birthday party.
This birthday party, and like it's kind of like a mom talk get together and a dad talk thing that they're organizing.
It's an excuse to film.
Yeah, they're co-organizing.
Again, they have to have such little footage. Normally they have all those side conversations going on of everybody meeting up and talking. And now we're down to a handful of people.
Not a lot to work with here, but yeah, Layla, they're doing like a little dinner thing before her party. So like the guys are over at a space and then the gals are eating at a restaurant and then they're going to meet up after. So like the dinner was weird though, because there was a lot of conversation that was happening. Everybody was talking about what was going on with Jessi, and Miranda had no idea. She has no clue what anybody's talking about. She has not been informed of any of this stuff that they are talking about.
She even has to be like, you don't have to like tell me what's going on if you don't want to, but you're here in the group as they're talking about it. So I think they're going to have to tell you what happened.
Well, and they're also accusing or like starting to accuse Miranda of potentially leaking information to Demi. And then Miranda's like, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. So like, I didn't tell Demi anything because I don't even know what it is that you're suspecting Demi knows about. Because there was like a weird text that Demi sent to the Momtok group chat of like, ooh, now that we know about it, can we talk about it? Implying that like, now that Jesse's affair is out there in the open, I want to get your guys' take on it. And
no,
it's like,
bitch, you're not here anymore.
You're not.
You left the group. You don't get to talk shit with us now.
No. Yeah, you're not involved in this.
So you can take screenshots of it and use it against us so that Jessi then feels like we're not friends with her?
But the timing was weird because then I think there was somebody's like ring cam or garage cam or something saw Demi's husband driving by their house at this exact same time when the conversation was going on between...
They think she's bugged their phones.
Something.
They got a Mary Brown situation going on.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know.
The catfish knows when they're at the grocery store.
You gotta be careful.
Here's the conversations going on inside their homes.
They were just clicking on random links and DMs that they got, and then, yeah.
This is what happens.
Now you're in big trouble. So
who do you suspect? Because I don't think it's Miranda.
Layla.
Well, there you go. Not even, no hesitation.
I think it's Layla.
I think Layla is the weakest link of the group and could be most easily bullied by Demi to feed information.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And she showed us before that she is kind of two-faced.
Very much so. And then she says a lot of things that she's going to do this. She's going to do that. She's going to stand up for herself and not take any guff from anybody. And then she immediately rolls over and just like... does not follow through on anything that she ever says, that she ever talks about. So I don't trust anything that she says.
Yeah, she
ever.
Talks a big game.
Talks a big game, and she's got nothing to show for it.
Why is Taylor's mom in 2 of the group events that happened in this episode?
Who keeps sending her invites to this stuff? Like, how is she finding out about these things? She was at some other influencer thing that was around the corner, and she just happened to pop by for Layla's birthday get together here as well.
She wants to be famous by proximity so badly, just by association.
She's trying as hard as she can. She is trying.
I think she's like, well, Taylor's not filming, so you can just film me.
It's bizarre though.
Not the same, honey.
Okay, this is continuing the trend from last season because she showed up at Demi's Christmas party.
At the end of the season.
Uninvited.
Yeah. She's trying to make this happen for herself.
She's waiting for her Dancing with the Stars offer to come in, too.
Okay, maybe she wants to be on the Golden Bachelor.
The Golden Bachelor, something.
The Golden Bachelorette.
Bachelorette, whatever it takes. Yeah, she's just trying to land a scripted role on another Hulu program.
That is starting to make me suspect, though, that production is leaking information to people. Because how is she finding out where all this stuff is?
She was trying to say that it was like other influencer things. Maybe it's just Taylor. Is Taylor telling her about these things? And then she just shows up?
She's probably got the password to Taylor's email.
Yeah.
She just looks through all the brand invites.
Yeah. Sorts into a specific folder for her.
Taylor's mom.
I could do without her.
Oh, same.
If we're eliminating people, can we make Taylor's mom's photo go black and white here pretty quick?
Okay. Who's worse? Taylor's mom or Bronwyn's mom, Muzzy?
Muzzy's worse for me.
Muzzy's worse.
Yeah, because I would rather have...
Although Taylor's mom has a single white female thing going on about her.
Where she's like trying to be Taylor while Taylor is on a mental health break. And she's like, well, I'm like the next best thing. No, you're not. You're really not. Not the same thing at all,
she's trying to do a Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap situation on us.
We got a Freaky Friday thing going on here and I don't like it.
Well, not only is she here at this party, Chase shows up, and Layla did not have the decency to give anybody else a heads up about the fact that he was going to be here.
So here's the intriguing part. She mentioned that she invited him and people got upset. And then she received a phone call. Layla received a phone call from Taylor where he was... Taylor? Chase. From Chase. Where Chase was apologizing. Oh, sorry about all the mean stuff I said about you and your stupid Momtok group. I hope that didn't cause any irreparable harm to your reputation online on TikTok with the hashtag that you have proprietary use over. Clearly, not the case. But Layla's saying, oh, great. I'm really glad that you did that. Oh, you're going to come to my birthday party? Cool. I'm happy you'll be there. Then she buttons it up and she doesn't mention that to anyone at the dinner before here. Because then if she did, everybody would have said, well, I'm not going. If Chase is going to show up here, I don't want to be in the same room with this guy.
I also don't really understand if her primary motivation is that she's interested in Chase's brother. Just invite him.
Just that guy.
And if he asks, why is my brother not invited? Because his ex-wife is here. I hooked up with him in the past. And he talks shit about everybody else in Momtok.
She was trying to say that it's her friend is Chase's current girlfriend. So it would be weird if she invited her friend, but not the boyfriend.
Tell him to shut his mouth, and then he'll be invited to things.
Well, that's the thing. He apologized to her. So then she's like, oh, okay, you can come. Yay. And then nobody else knows that, though. So they're seeing Layla interact with Chase at the party now.
Like there's no problem.
Like there's no issues. There's no bad blood between them. And everybody's like, look at Layla. She's full of shit, man. She's like fake as hell out here, just pretending like everything's fine. Because they don't know that Chase apologized to her. So they've already patched things up and they're fine.
He's also trying to make his way around the party to talk to other people.
That's the goal. Yeah, he has that as the plan. He was trying to. He started with like Jordan, though, and Jordan's like, yeah, that's great. It's probably not going to happen today.
I'm not talking to anybody right now.
We got bigger fish to fry.
Also weird that Jordan came to the party.
Very strange.
It looks like he and Jessi are trying to put on a front for people who don't know what's happening.
They're trying.
That they're going to be at these events that they would normally go to together. But they're not really spending time together. They're on opposite sides of the room talking to Jesse's with Momtok. He's with all the guys.
And then that's what is starting to get upsetting for Jordan is now he's getting kind of lost in his own thoughts where Jessi is running around and catering to Layla's feelings and everyone else in Momtok. And she's bouncing around, but then she's not checking in with him. So then he's getting frustrated. He's getting upset. He's getting lost in his own thoughts. So he calls his boyfriend, Dakota, to come pick him up.
His
because
knight in shining armor. Bring his carriage.
The largest truck you can order anywhere. Yeah, so it's just come pick me up.
Your chariot awaits.
Sweep me away from this horrible, horrible nightmare.
It's fun to see a guy do that. We get to see so many women do this on reality TV to flee a party.
He left. He bailed. He got out of there.
That is the first episode, The Book of Doubt. How are you feeling about this season so far? I mean, I know we're working with very limited numbers.
Yes.
As far as cast members going.
Yes.
Usually the people who bring a lot of the drama and the humor and entertainment are not here.
That's the struggle right now. And I mean, never thought I'd say it. I miss Whitney. I miss Whitney right now.
Yes.
So for not having any Whitney, because the thing I'm frustrated about is she fought so hard to get back, and then now she just gives it up.
Well, it's fun to have someone who everyone doesn't like to a certain extent be there.
Yeah, I don't like her, and but you need to have villains, because right now the villain is kind of like Marciano and Chase.
And I don't care about the men.
I don't care about the guys. Yeah, that's not why I'm watching. So this is
Secret
just
Lives of Mormon Wives.
This feels like a detour. This feels like a side quest. We're just kind of filling time until the rest of the A team gets back from their breaks.
They're resting.
They're on the bench.
Wounds.
Yes.
They're going to come back better than ever.
They're going to come back fourth quarter, finish out strong.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.